Transformation. That's what we say every Sunday morning. And the way I learn it more every single day to have authentic transformation is to do exactly that. To put a little love in my heart. And while we're putting a little love in our heart, let me just let you know that you should be extra loving today because we are live on the interwebs today. Don't shout out some of those words y'all shout out sometimes. Be nice, be sweet, play well, and let's have milk and cookies. Seems like the way to go. I've got just a few announcements for you today. First off, before I start on anything, you'll notice that we have a prop on the stage here. That's because Sean and Laurie O'Shea are in the house today. It is always nice to welcome them back home, of course. Let's see, I've got my order here. It's all, look at this. It's going from one thing to the other, so if I get lost, just forgive me. First, I want to tell you about our awesome kids. Our Uniteens, our Unitots. Somewhere up there is a thing that tells you about them and how awesome they are. Did I mess up, Crystal? Oh, well. We have awesome kids. There we go, right there. Unitots and Uniteens. And what they did yesterday was they went over to the Dodson Chapel United Methodist Food Bank and assisted, helped all day long. I'm not sure what they did. I think that they milked cows and ground beef. I'm not sure. But at any rate, they were very, very helpful. And show me this next screen here, Crystal, because This is one of the organizations that we assist with as we are actively being a force for good this year at Unity of Music City. What happened? Okay, there we go. Dodson Chapel United Methodist Church Food Pantry. So these are some of the items that they can use over there. We are continually on an ongoing basis collecting food and other items for that food pantry. So please keep this in mind while you're grocery shopping. Pick up a few extra things of mac and cheese and diapers and whatnot, and bring them on over here to the church. We'll get them into the right spot. At the same time, we don't just care about people, we care about dogs around here, as you well know. If you don't know that we care about dogs around here, then welcome. It must be your first time. But we care about dogs as well, and we are also, the Sacred Community Action Ministry is collecting for the Old Friends Senior Dog Sanctuary through the month of June. And that's this week, but it's going to be ongoing. So if you miss it, don't worry about it. We're going to continue to collect all of these things. I'm not going to look at I'm not going to read you the whole list. Just know that they do not need dog food. That's it. Almost everything else they can use. So be sure to keep that in mind as well when you're doing your grocery shopping at PetSmart, which most of us in here spend more there than we do at Kroger. All right, that's enough for right now. Let's stand up and sing again. Building Our Dreams. Go Spirit. Never know, that's why I messed it up. Let's sing this one. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, take us all around. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, your power can be denied. Come and make your presence known, with you wherever alone. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, we praise you. Holy Spirit, shine your heaven on the light of me. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, shine your light on me, light on me. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, set us free today. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, will lead out of your way. Let your blessings freely flow, within your love grow. The Spirit, the Holy, Holy Spirit, we praise you. Spirit, Holy Spirit, shine your heaven out light. Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, shine your light on me, light on me. Holy Spirit, shine your light on me. So let me tell you, there's a very simple explanation as to why I just completely messed up the whole beginning of a service that is being broadcast to billions of people right now. Billions, I'm telling you. Some of you may know, and I just want to tell you because I'm a little foggy this morning, but I was in a car wreck this week. And my car was totaled on Wednesday in an accident that still has me a little off kilter. So I apologize for that right now, but here's the first lesson. You know, anytime those kinds of things happen to you, they're just fraught with lessons that continue to unfold for months and months and months at a time. And the first lesson that I've received out of that is that authentic transformation does not change what happens to us in the experiential world. It changes who we are in the experience. And as we show up and move through and continue to remember that we are a child of God and that we are protected by angels and that they are all around us, then we can breathe through those moments. So that's why I screwed up. Let's sing the second song now. Building our dreams, the spirit of unity. We're all a part of a loving community. Building our dreams through the spirit of unity. We're gonna shine our light. Celebrate our faith. 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 We're gonna shine our light and celebrate our faith. Building our dreams through the spirit of unity. We're all a part of the loving community. Building our dreams through the spirit of unity. We're gonna shine our light and celebrate our faith. Shine our light, celebrate our faith. Shine our light, celebrate our faith. Shine our light, celebrate our faith. We're gonna shine our light and celebrate our faith. We're gonna shine our light and celebrate our faith. Just a few more quick announcements for you before Pete gives the sacred word for today. This week we have a few classes going on. Wednesday night, Frank Castellano. Where is that beautiful smiling face? There he is right there. You know what I love about Frank? I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again because the billions of people in the live studio audience haven't heard it yet. But one of the things that I love about Frank is that if you walk up to Frank and say, "Frank, you're awesome," he says, "I know!" And I strive to do that, Frank. I strive for that.
Well, I see your awesomeness.
Thank you, dear. I'm working on it. So this Wednesday night, Frank is going to be teaching the class from 7 to 9, Psychic Consciousness, back at the Namaste Cafe. Those of you who have been to Frank's classes before know that that's something that you don't want to miss. On that same day, earlier, 11:30, as always, we have the Lunch Bunch class meeting. So if you're not a regular part of that and you just need a midweek jolt, bring your lunch, sit down, and they'll talk about something that'll touch you, I'm pretty darn sure. Coming up on July 26th, I want to mention just briefly, we're going to have a special meditation that's going to take place from 7 to 8:30. That's at the end of next month. We're about a month away. But just to let you know that everything I need to know is written in PowerPoint. There we go. It is about moving from mass consciousness to a consciousness of love. And the importance of this is that it's a meditation that will be preparation for the spiritual economics class, the classes that will begin on Wednesday nights in August and September. So we hope that you will go ahead and mark that on your calendar. Join us on July 26th. Pete?
Good morning. Will the other prayer chaplains please stand or raise your hand or do something to indicate who you are? Please know that the prayer chaplains are here to pray with you for yourself, for a loved one, for anyone who's on your heart, prayers of your heart. Thank you. And the sacred reading was written by Reverend Denise for this morning, especially for today. We are willing in this moment to still ourselves into the one presence and one power, opening the way for more understanding of the universal laws at work in our lives. The affirmation, I allow my mind to reframe each situation with positivity. Say it with me. I allow my mind to reframe each situation with positivity. For every event in life, there are many different angles. There is my angle, there is the angle of the other, and there are usually many more ways of looking at the same event. When I look at each event and situation from a wider perspective, my sense of worry and anxiety is reduced, and I feel a greater sense of joy. Sometimes it even causes me to laugh. When I look from one angle, I say, oh how bad, oh how sad. When I look from a different angle, I see an opportunity for growth of my mind, body, and spirit. Having a larger perspective means stepping back within my own mind and looking at a bigger picture, moving beyond my limited self-awareness and self-interest. I am willing to look at every situation from the front, from the back, from the sides, from the top and the bottom. These 6 different angles give me a more holistic view of what I call reality, or my truth in any moment. For every event in life, there are many different angles. As I look at all sides, I allow my mind to reframe each situation with positivity. And from Nehemiah 8:10, the joy of the Lord is my strength.
Felt moved to do meditation very, very differently this morning. Rather than have me lead meditation, I would like to have meditation lead us. I experimented with this one day when I was speaking at Center for Spiritual Living across town. And it was an experience I won't forget anytime soon. And so as I walked through the door this morning, I had the knowing that it's our turn to do that here. Let's go to the sounds. Here's an A, 440. I'm going to ask you to do is sing Om on that note. I'll give it to you again in a moment. Thank you. An acknowledge there. Thanks. And I want you to listen to the sound in yourself and then connecting to the others in the room. And we'll just stay in that sound. During that time of this vibration, throughout your body, throughout your soul, and throughout this room as we connect together, I want you to listen for the message that's yours and only yours to receive. And when the time is right, I'll bring us down, and I want us to just set in the silence and feel the vibrations continue to ring. See that tone ringing. Anyone who hears harmony, feel free. There's never a time that we're not being spoken to. Never a time that we're not being spoken to. I'd like to say there's never a time I'm not listening, but I know that's not true. My heartfelt challenge for each of us is to enter that space of listening and receiving that message. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive each other. Temptation, but deliver us
That was absolutely beautiful. I almost hate to break the mood, but I'm going to. Good morning. Thank you for having us. We always love coming back here, and it is like coming home. It's kind of like the Cheers bar, minus alcohol. So everyone knows your name. So this song I'm going to do, I wrote years ago, and the first time I ever sang it was here, actually at a coffee house. And Sean reminded me this morning, I believe I put in a few Deniseisms. And I don't know if they still are, but does she still say, okay, breathe? Okay. And there's a couple other things in here maybe you recognize. It's called Crazy Idea. We all have our quirks and our personalities. Please let me be who I am. I'm trying not to let me get into your space, but you know that it goes both ways. I've got a crazy idea. You're gonna think that I finally cracked. It's such a nutty, completely funny idea. Let's get along, let's sit around and sing a song. How cool would that be? How cool would that be? Let's all just breathe, let's laugh and love the world to please. How cool would that be? La 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 la. So you and me see the world differently. Why can't we just agree to disagree? So go on, prove your point to everyone. Go berserk, how's that working for ya? How about this crazy idea? I know you think that I finally cracked. It's such a nice, a completely funny idea. Let's get along, let's stand together and be strong. Be strong. Let's all just breathe. Let's laugh and love this world to please. How cool, how cool. La 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 la.
I married my favorite songwriter. She's amazing. Yeah, it's not really my type. I want to thank. I want to thank Denise for the invitation to fill in. It's truly an honor to be home with you. Of all the people that she could have asked, including some very talented folks here, thank you very much for letting us come back and be with you all this morning. Hi to all the folks watching online, especially all those up back home in New England, New York area. It is my daughter Shannon's birthday today, so happy birthday, buddy. Love you very much. I want to talk, you better read that, okay? So we can do a little better. I have some interesting, well, at least I hope they're interesting, because if they're not, this talk's going to kind of suck. I like to think they're interesting facts about the effects of humor and laughter in our lives. So, check this out. Preschool-age children laugh an average of 400 times a day. 400. Now, I think these people have not met my grandchildren who are well into the thousands. They giggle all the time. But here's what's a little bit tragic in this scenario, in my opinion. Let there be clickage. You doing that or am I? Is that you? Yeah?
No, it's not.
Okay. I didn't want to use it anyway. Sure. The average adult laughs an average of 17 times per day. 17. What happened there? Job stress, relationships, money worries, blah, 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 blah. We forget to giggle, we just forget to find the humor in situations. Next slide, please. In the 1950s, people laughed on the average of 18 minutes a day. And actually, if you think back to the television, if you watch a television show now, from way, way back when, you think, why do people find this funny? Like, this is so dumb in a lot of cases, right? Other times it's common genius. But there are moments where, like, I can't believe what people laughed at. And so our sense of humor, for a lot of reasons, we're bombarded from all kinds of sides with things, has become skewed, has become jaded a little bit. We don't, most of us, don't find things as funny as we used to, which is kind of sad. Next. Yeah. Did I do is any chance to, like, I didn't turn it on or?
Maybe.
Oh, off, on. Huh. Look at that. Oh, that's brilliant. They are so clever. Huh. All right, this is going to be a lot better. Today we're lucky if we average between 4 to 6 minutes of laughter in a day. Interesting facts on our health. Again, I hope. Laughter relaxes the whole body. A good hearty laugh relieves physical tension and stress, leaving your muscles relaxed for up to 45 minutes from just having a chuckle. Really? I see. Laughter boosts the immune system. Laughter decreases stress hormones and increases immune cells and infection-fighting antibodies, thus improving your resistance to disease. I know of a registered nurse that had such a wacky sense of humor that she was bringing that into her care with her patients. And in fact, she introduced me to the boxing nun. It was this hand puppet of a nun, full habit, with boxing gloves on. It was hilarious. I'm sorry. If you don't laugh at a boxing nun, there's something wrong with you. It's just funny. And her patients were doing remarkably better, so much so the doctors were consulting with her on that. She has now transitioned into a career speaking about the effects of laughter and jovial moods on your health. Laughter triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Endorphins promote an overall sense of well-being and can even temporarily relieve pain. I love that polar bear. Just love that polar bear. Not as much as I love the far side, however. Laughter protects the heart. Laughter improves the function of blood vessels and increases blood flow, which can help protect you against heart attack and other cardiovascular problems. Far side guy, he was Gary Larson, was a music store clerk. And somebody saw some of his, someone saw some of his drawings, and the rest was history. And I just always loved Farside, but there was one cartoon in particular that they were all funny, but I loved how they always humanized the animals. And he, in case you can't read it, here's two deer, one with a big birthmark on his chest, and the other guy says, "Bummer of a birthmark, Hal." Mildly amusing. But the reason that's personal to me, I met this beautiful young blonde lady who you heard sing moments ago, and we were at a dinner at a very noisy restaurant with a lot of people at a big round table, and I sat next to this really pretty girl, nervously, and across the way, two guys were talking, and the guy was talking about a birthmark on his hand. He said, "Yeah, oh no, it's not it's just a birthmark." And I, under my breath, nonetheless, under my breath, I said, "Bummer of a birthmark." And I heard, "Hal." That's when I knew. Just had to be. So let me ask you. I'm thinking we're doomed if not. That idea makes some people really uncomfortable, right? Those folks generally don't wander into this church. Unless it's by mistake, right? This guy, "Hi, come here, let me give you a hug." Oh God, no. But that does make people uncomfortable because we are brought up to believe that God was an angry white guy with a big long beard on a throne, and his hobby was sending people to eternal damage. That's God. Forever. That's just what he does. Can't wait to get this one. I always had a problem with that. From the time I was a toddler, I had a problem with that. I thought it was absurd. Still do. I'm just a little more careful about who I tell that to. If you don't think God has a sense of humor, stop and think about how you feel when you lose your car keys. Like they were right here, right? They're there. Now I gotta go, I'm late, I gotta run out the door, and they're not there. Am I the only one? And you get, I'm online, can I say this off? Okay, cool. I just wanted to check first before I said it. Okay. So like I said, when I get ticked off, that I can't find them, a lot of times I will just go, "Okay, you've had your fun." Because you start doing, if you ever start looking in the fridge for the fourth time, move the milk, it's gotta be in here. No, you did not put your keys in the fridge, I assure you. And finally you just take a deep breath, go, "Guys, it's been fun. I get it." Really kind of good to get going though, okay? Take a breath. And we'll walk over and pick up your keys. Those of you who haven't had this experience, just remember this talk this morning and try it. It's the coolest thing ever. Because when they finally go like, "Okay, I guess he needs it now. He's sure. Okay, give him his keys. Give him his keys." For me, I think a lot of times my mom is pranking me. I've got a cousin who checks in with me from time to time. My dad was a 6'1" Irishman, very loud, very large man, full of life, and pretty funny guy overall. A lot of the times, depending on what was going on, but had a pretty good sense of humor. But as he aged, he started getting a little crotchety, honestly. It can happen. And Dad was born and raised and never left Massachusetts. So he's in a little tiny town of Millbury, Massachusetts, which if you can picture Mayberry RFD, that's pretty much what this town was. You know, single street running through, little town, you know. And Dad always wore this long trench coat and his big silly hat. Because in New England, of course, it's cold 10.5 months of the year. So he was dressed appropriately. And he had this big old Cadillac. And he always visited his uncle who was in the nursing home down there. So, busy lunch hour, okay? There's little lane traffic. My dad gets out of his car, which is parked on the side of the street at the curb, and gets out and shuts the door, has his keys in his hand, and looks both ways and takes a step, and the keys go out in the street, and he can't move. He has locked the tail of his trench coat in the car. And he's reaching around, trying the door, but it's locked. So then there's the keys. Now there's people stop. There's people stop to let him go. And they're getting annoyed. I mean, it's lunch hour, right? We let this guy cross. Now he sees the keys. He's trying to get, it's not happening. He can't open the door. Panic sets in. Two choices right then and there. Son of a gun! Or, this is hilarious. He chose the latter. Right then and there, he just realized how completely absurd this had to look from anyone sitting in the cars. And he started to just die laughing. I mean, just turning bright red in the face, laughing. In the trench coat, the skis are there. Woman over here on the right puts her car up in park, gets out, comes out, gets his keys for him. She's doubled over laughing. The two of them laugh. She finally lets him out of his car. The guy over here is tooting his horn. He's laughing. People are now 3 or 4 cars back, are starting to park and get out of their cars and look like what's going on up there. All laughing. When they could have all been shaking their fists and blowing their horns, who's this jerk that made us late getting our lunch or getting back from lunch hour? All based on the simple choice to find some humor in that moment. What fun. Speaking of finding humor, there's a little town, story of a little town that had, an adult video store open up. And the church townsfolk did not like that very much. They went to the city council meetings, they protested, they wrote letters. One woman's group even staged a little protest where they marched back and forth in the driveway. And so I don't know how long they thought they would keep doing that. And they hurt the business a little bit, but this was still going pretty strong. So finally church leaders said, there's just not much we can do. I guess we're just going to have to let this go. One member said, I've got one last idea. The store lasted 6 months. Ordered up. I suggest that if you don't find some humor in your church, you're in trouble. But I'm in the right place to preach that. Man, am I in the right place to preach that. Some churches say, no, you can't be funny in church. That's wrong. It's wrong. It's disrespectful. Well, don't invite me back. Speaking of church signs, I think you might enjoy some of these that I found. I think this is some brilliant church marketing here. Don't let worries kill you. Let the church out. Yeah. And at what point did someone in the congregation go, oh, wait a minute, that doesn't sound good? Then, this one actually is kind of clever. I like it. Prayer, wireless access to God with no roaming fee. You guys might want to borrow a couple of these, actually. The vengeful folks. Whoever stole our mower, God will get you. Satan's going to come and take you away. Okay. You're going to think I'm kidding. This is a real all. Really? This is actually kind of fun. This is a sign from God. And this one, though I think it's designed to be funny, actually made me think. And there's an entire Sunday message that could be built around this question. What if God asked you for a sign? Right? That's a whole talk Sunday morning. Because how often are we all doing that? God, just show me, just show me. And I swear he, she, it is going, you show me. I believe that. I really do. In my heart, that just absolutely resonated. I added this one for no reason other than it was funny. Do not read this sign under penalty of law. So again, humor in a church setting works for me. It makes me feel closer to God. I hope it does for you. So this leads me to move on to church bulletins. These are excellent. See, I did not write these. I did not make these up. These are the real deal. Taken from excerpts of church bulletins. For those of you who have children and don't know it, we have a nursery downstairs. What's good is a couple of you are looking at your neighbor going, what? See, they didn't know they had, never mind. At the evening service tonight, the sermon topic will be, what is hell? Come early and listen to a choir practice. You laughed a little too hard. I'm just saying. This is my favorite. It struck a nerve. Low self-esteem support group will meet Thursday. Please use the back door. That was from the Little Hope Baptist Church. And for those of us, trying to lose a little bit of this pudge here, Weight Watchers will meet at 7 p.m. at First Presbyterian Church. Please use large double doors to the side of the church. Hey! It's not nice. There was a church that had a pastor that headed up named Dr. Hargraves, and apparently he was very much beloved and had some health challenges. Because this was their announcement. God is good. Dr. Hargraves is better. Ego much? Just irony. The peace-speaking meeting scheduled today is canceled due to a conflict. And of course, most churches alike have weddings there. And this young couple grew up in the congregation, so it's extra reason to celebrate. Irving Benson and Jesse Carter were married on October 24th in the church. So ends a friendship that began in the school days. So, here was an opportunity to find things to laugh at, find situations to laugh at, find the humor, our goofs and our silliness. But sometimes it's not easy to laugh at ourselves, right? There's this part of the piano right here. It's called a fall board. It covers the keys. It's really heavy. It's really heavy. And if you drop it on your fingers, it really hurts. So there are a few piano manufacturers that have installed shocks, these little air shocks. So you push this and it goes shh and gently closes. It's brilliant. Why? I don't know why everybody's not doing that. I don't think it could cost all that much. Well, all excited about that feature when I first saw it. And I work in the piano industry, for those of you who may not know that, piano and musical instrument industry. I was working at a college sale in Connecticut. And there was an auditorium with probably 70 or 80 pianos, most of them grand piano setup. It's really impressive. So if you're interested in the piano, you walk through the doors and say, wow, man, it's overwhelming. And my shtick that I had developed, because this brand new piano had come out with these shots, and I would walk up to the fretboard, put one hand down, and then slam this with all my might, and go, shut very gently, and talk about that new feature, and then I would get chatting about who's playing, how long they've been playing, what they're looking for, what color, what type of furniture, all this stuff. And that's how my day has been going. For 3 to 4 hours, been waiting on customers. Hey, before we get started, let me show you something brilliant. Oh, yeah. You know, they jump like, oh, okay, yeah, it didn't hurt your fingers. So this woman comes in, and her probably 10 or 11-year-old daughter, and I meet them. And right away I said, yeah, I'm showing, hey, what's this? And I meant the wrong piano. Yeah, it hurt. But think of it from her point of view. What's this? And the little girl like stepped in against her mother and grabbed her leg like, now there's more. I could feel my face turning red, partly because I was crying because it hurt so damn much. But there was a moment for me to just freak out, be so embarrassed, and so like, oh, what a jerk I am, which I was. But oh my gosh, I thought I was going to pee my pants. And so, you know, as I'm catching my breath, I explained to her, like, listen, I think that's what it is. And she was mildly amused. She said, oh, I see, yeah. So that should be the end of it. No, I can't get it back together. Every time I even try to catch a breath, I just started laughing again. And I had to go get another sales guy because I couldn't talk. I just kept laughing. And honestly, it just made my day. So she bought a piano that day from someone else. Because I laugh too much. No, I don't laugh too much. None of us laugh too much. It's not possible. What we talked about, the endorphins, the health benefits. I saw a video. I had to do it again. I would have brought the clip with me. I'll bet a lot of you saw it on Facebook. It's had millions of views now. There's a subway, and I think it's over in Germany or someplace. Very stoic. Everybody's just, it's rush hour. People are miserable. You look around the train, and everybody's on the course doing this, right? Because that's what we do now. We don't actually spend time together. Look on our smartphones. Everybody's just miserable. One guy has a tablet and some headphones, and he's watching something funny. Like really funny. And he starts and of course people initially looking up like, dude, please. This is rush hour. You're supposed to be miserable. Be like the rest of us. Be miserable. What's the matter? And now a few people are starting to smirk a little bit. Initially thinking, he's making a fool of himself. You see where this is going? Within 5 minutes, the whole train is filled with hysterical laughter. And only one guy in the train knows why it even started. I want a part of that. Do you?
Yes.
It's up to you. You've got that power, folks. You know, I preached this to a friend of mine, and he said, yeah, I'm just not that funny. I tell jokes and I screw them up. I'm not asking you to be Jimmy Fallon here. I'm just asking you to be open to the possibility that things could be funny if you let them be funny. Amen?
Amen.
My challenge to you, be that guy. Be that guy. Life is good. We are truly blessed. So find the humor and find your life shifting, and you will also find yourself attracting folks to you that support that, love that, keep that laughter rolling. Do that. Was it last weekend? Maybe 2 weeks ago. I lose track of time here. But I had the pleasure of hearing J.D. Martin and Jan Garrett live at Center for Spiritual Living. And they asked Laurie to be their third voice. And it was really a treat. And it was the first time I'd ever met them. And they are as warm and loving and magnificent off stage as they are on stage, which I didn't even think was possible. I contacted them and asked if we could please do this song, and they readily agreed. They sent it along with their blessing. So, hi, JD and Jan. Thank you for the tune. We will try to do it justice. Deb, thanks for jumping in at the last minute. Jan shared a story that this was written during a time of severe and dangerous drought in Colorado. It might help you to know that. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and the green was easy and the rivers ran clear. I dreamed of summer and the winds changed, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clean. I dream of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and the way was easy and the path was clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land. And the guardian stars are shining, and the night is bright and clear. I dreamed of freedom and the moon rose, and peace spread over the land.
birds sang, and the sound was easy and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and the sound was easy and the song was clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. And the ancient pain is forgotten, and the Father's debts are clear. I dreamed of heaven and the earth sang, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, soft and easy, sweet and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. And the flowers bloom in the desert, and the air is fresh and clear. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came, and peace spread over the land. I dreamed of rain and the rains came. Yeah.
Sean and Laurie O'Shea. Y'all come back now, you hear?
We're here on Sunday.
All right, awesome. That was fantastic. I feel like we should say something about the offering that's funny. Okay, let's go. It is time for that incredible opportunity that we have every Sunday morning of sharing with our sacred community through the giving of our tithes and offerings and our gifts. So if you will take those in your hand and say the offering blessing with me, please. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I choose to give and all that I am open to receive. And you may join us on our sacred walk of abundance.
I will be a voice for good in this world. Each day I'll give my best. I will be a source of hearts and love, bringing hope and happiness. It's more than just the words I say. It's more than just the prayers I pray. In times of darkness I do each day. I'll share peace and joy and love. I will be a voice for good in this world. I'll reach out to those in need. I will be a light where darkness hides. My example I will lead. It's more than just the words I say. It's more than just the prayers I pray. It's acts of kindness I do each day. I'll share peace and joy and love. It's more than just the words I say. It's more than just the prayers I pray. With spirit that's my soul, I will say the most. I will be a voice for good in this world.
And just stay standing with hands open and hearts open and the eyes of our mind wide open. We know that everything that we give comes back to us. That the material things we give are just a small part of it, but every kindness that we show and every smile that we give, every time we offer grace unto another, it comes back to us, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. For that is the law, and so it is.
The presence of God watches over us.
I'm gonna